want to play. I want to play. I want to play in your D&D game. I want to play. I want to play. I want to play in your D&D game. I want to play. I want to play. I want to play in your D&D.
Welcome to the 50th episode of Dice Camera Action.
50!
Yay!
Didn't think we'd get this far, did ya?
That's like 300th episode in Waffle Crew weeks.
Yeah.
As a special treat for hitting session 50, Chris has made us all level 50. Really
Yay!
What?
You shouldn't have.
I didn't have.
49 more sessions than I thought we'd last. Good job, guys.
49 more.
Yeah, no one is more surprised than me. So to kick off the 50th session, I thought it would be a little bit fun before we jump into the game, just to ask you guys, the players, if you can recall any memorable moments from this campaign so far that leap into your head.
Oof.
There's
The
so
whole
many.
dang thing?
Yeah, just like what's the first things that spring to mind when you think about what's happened so far?
Ooh, hold on. Let me think about all the things that went right.
Oh, when my adopted son was murdered.
Oh yeah.
That was cool. Or when my new bird friend was murdered. That was pretty cool.
When I was murdered. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that too.
Chris Perkins, give it. Chris Perkins, take it away.
Yeah. I love the wagon ride at the end when we were escaping Barovia, and like we kind of got a recap of all the horrible things that happened. And then Ezek was trying to grab through the wagon, and it was just horrific.
Yep.
People always bring this one up, but probably one of the most profound D&D moments I ever had was when I wasn't sure whether my character had eaten a human child.
Yeah.
That was like the pit of my stomach felt weird after that episode.
Yeah.
Splinter
Or when
Tree fight was
And the
great.
relief when she didn't. Ugh,
I'll
I didn't
never
want to
for-
deal with
I'll
that.
never forget your face.
Oh my gosh.
Where
And also, I'll never forget Chris's face when I did the hold person.
Oh, yeah. On Arena, and she fell from the nightmare
Oh my gosh.
to her death.
And I was like, she'll still be,
That was when the character of the Waffle Crew really became solidified, I think, was that moment when we, helped Irina.
We're helping.
That dawning moment. It's like, oh, we are incompetent.
Oh, yeah.
creative, not incompetent.
Creative. Right. Yes.
I still love giant tree fight.
Yeah, that was
yeah.
one of the best.
That was
That-
dope.
That is like one of the few examples of one that did go right, that was like, we actually feel badass right now and cool. And we all worked together and did cool things together. That was awesome.
Hasn't happened since. Who's the dude who hit on Pulton the whole time? Oh, that was good.
Escher?
Sure, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
That was another one when we had our little Twilight reenactment.
That was really, really hot.
Yeah, that was...
I love Paulton's interactions with Strahd, too. Were so funny.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Every single guest person that we've ever had,
Yeah.
and subsequently caused their murder.
Actually, yeah, Evelyn's friendship with Dee was a really, really fun one too, and kind of unexpected. They have a serious like sis-mance going on. Sister bromance. I don't know what the word for that is, but
I do hope she's okay.
I'm sure she's fine.
I like that one guy who was in the castle that I made friends with that I got to just let me out of jail and like give me the castle. And he's just like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
He was cool.
Yeah, I like when we have little like things that our characters want that we think are ridiculous and then Chris lets them happen. like on a much smaller scale than that, like when Evelyn got to have a new designer set of clothes made by the dwarves. Like, you know.
Or when Strix really wanted the owl bear as a friend.
Yes,
and
exactly.
then we ate them. And then
Oh
we
my
ate
gosh.
them. But we still
Or
got an
like-
owl bear. So I mean, hey, the miracle of
Yeah,
life.
hug on Strix live at TwitchCon.
Oh,
Where it was Evelyn
yeah.
and Dee, and you just hated it so much, but it was also absolutely in character the whole time.
That was so good.
it was super fun. I'm glad I didn't get any of you like vicariously dirty.
I also have to say that I really like the recent salamander inside the
Ooh,
Hellhound
moment.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
feeding the polymorph, feeding the frog to the
Yeah.
hellhound. Yeah.
It felt like one of those things where you're playing a video game and you're like, I wonder if this will break it. And you do something.
Yep.
The answer is yes. The answer is yes. It was broken.
Yeah, sorry about that, fam. Yeah.
I like the moment when Paulton was on the roof with Van Richten. It's like, will he or won't he?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, that was good. Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah, Chris, what are some of your favorites? Because we talk about ours a lot, but
Oh geez, there are so many. I can't even name them. I like simple little things, like little character moments, like when Strix has a hissy fit and falls in the snow. Or just things that have memorable. I can remember the reactions. Like for instance, when Simon, aka Murderbot, shot the little kid in the neck.
yeah.
Like,
Because we were all just like, oh no.
and somehow out of that you decided he needs to be your friend.
Not all of us felt that way.
That's true. Not all of you did.
When Nate named Simon, I loved that moment. Like, because none of us were expecting it, and all of a sudden he just like had obviously been thinking about it for a while and it came out. Oh, that was so precious.
Yeah, we were just like, wait, you just named him?
Yep.
It was so sweet.
But my absolutely favorite moment was that time that Diath released the fire primordial
Oh.
from the iron flask. When was that? That was
There's
that
the
was last week.
segue. Okay, let's do it.
That was
That
a very
was-
artful segue right there.
That was
I
last,
heard about that.
yeah. That was last week, as it turns out. Things were going very well with the distraction force taking on the hellhounds and the fire giants as they poured out of the mountain. And Diath was inside with his best bud, Drow, Cozen Zorlaren, with the iron flask, drew Megara out of the adamantine forge into the flask, and then trotted upstairs to find the slaves. And upon finding them, realized they were all locked up in cages. So he uncorked the flask. Megara poured out to her full 50-foot height a blazing, fiery wrath creature that filled the room and promptly began to just cause everything around her to spontaneously combust and melt. Diath,
Yes. Uncanny dodge.
you take 35 points of fire damage.
Question. Is there a save on this by any chance?
No.
Oh. Okay.
As Megara erupts before you and fills the room with flame, you can't even look at her. You've got like your hands up in front of your face, and you can feel all the skin burning off the palms of your hands when you do. And burning your face, burning your clothes, burning everything. You also see through the smoke and flame what appear to be the slaves around you burst and then quickly just get absolutely cremated before your eyes.
Uh-huh.
Now, if this flask is working properly, you know that Megara is under your control.
Right.
For an hour. The problem is you can't stand to be anywhere near her. What do you do? You'll take this.
well-
You know that you're going to continue to take this damage.
Yeah, I need to get away, obviously. So I do so.
Okay.
I'll make my way like back down the stairs, and as I'm heading out, I'll shout to her, like I'm just like severely burned. So I'm like trying to half cover my eyes and try to see where I'm supposed to go while also like holding my just entirely like burned, wounded body and having it just difficult to move.
Yeah. Okay. As you retreat back down the corridor away from Megara, you get to the portcullis. leading out to the iron gantry above the assembly area.
And then
You can easily squeeze through the bars of the portcullis.
Yeah, and I want to shout to her. Is there a way? Can she get out from where I put her?
You believe that Megara is kind of amorphous. That is to say that she can alter her form. Okay, great. So then, as I'm like heading out back towards the like main area, I'll like shout to her that Megara, rising high upon in the center of the furnace is the adamantine heart, and that shall be the target of all your wrath. Cast yourself upon it and melt it. And what language do you speak this in? Thieves can't.
Not with that attitude.
I only have common.
Okay.
Thieves can't.
If it helps, I'll try to like point at the direction.
Alrighty. Okay. So as you withdraw, barking that order, you can't tell immediately whether Megara heard you and or understood you. All you can really hear is the horrific sound of just the flames and heat coming off her, and the ripples in the air around you as the temperature quickly soars.
Oh, so does that thing where like the air is like wavy from the heat?
Yeah, exactly. And you start to smell burnt, melted iron, melted flesh, and even molten rock at this point. And behind you, you can see what appear to be fiery cracks forming in the walls, as though she is seeping into the mountain and turning it all into molten slag.
Oh, geez.
Great. And I'm leaving.
Yep. As you head down the steps of the iron steps of the gantry, you can see behind you the gantry is becoming superheated and turning red.
Oh, God. Okay.
You get to the bottom. And it's at that point at the bottom where you're very near to the open doors leading outside, these gigantic 80-foot tall doors, and you can hear sounds of battle and barking hellhounds.
Okay.
Puppies!
Okay. Is it still my initiative or?
Yes.
Okay. I'll just assume I use my cunning action dash to help get out from there.
Okay.
And then heading towards the battle, I guess I'll attempt stealth just to make sure that they're still focused on the threats in front of them and not what's going on behind them.
Make a stealth check.
I didn't even get my dice out. All right, who wants to fail me today? Red one? Okay.
Will they be able to smell your charred flesh?
Not when your stealth is 29.
All right.
Ooh. You even mask your smell.
I cover the crispy death parts.
Yep.
So I like to imagine I'm like practically limping at this point just from all the burn wounds and devastation.
Yeah, and there's some smoke coming off you as you stand in this gigantic doorway. You see outside, with its back to you, what appears to be a fire giant in full armor, duking it out with the Tao, the stony giant, on your side.
Okay.
And the Tao is swinging Harshnag's great axe, like he got that from somewhere.
Okay.
You also see that Morning Glory is running across the snowy fields with hellhounds chasing after her. And you see another pile of hellhounds with Evelyn sort of lying on top of them, legs sticking up in the air. It looks like they just got all knocked over by a stiff wind or something.
Okay. Just a pile of puppies.
Exactly. And then the last thing you notice is what appears to be a little black chicken. Just sort of running around in a circle near your feet.
Okay. Can I take account for where all of my comrades are?
Yes, with the exception of Strix, because you'll need to make a perception check to see if you can spot her.
Oh, okay.
Hiding, of course.
Yeah.
You should assume.
Perception, pretty good. It's 21.
Okay, and make a hide check with advantage, Strix.
All right. Woo. Oh wow. Okay. Jeez. 19.
Okay, so you do see Strix, this little black shape hiding behind a snowy a snowdrift.
Okay, so I at least know I didn't send them to their deaths too.
No, not yet. Anyway.
All right. Then I guess I'm good.
Yeah. Okay. Next up in the initiative order is let's see. That was 20. So next up is Strix.
Oh boy. So chicken's taken care of. I kind of feel bad for it now that it's a chicken though, but I'm not gonna feel bad for it. Should have turned it into like a cockroach or something.
Yeah.
Okay, so who is the current?
Oh, by the way, I miscounted. There's actually 3 fire giants, not 1.
Okay. So there's 3 left.
Yeah.
All right. And Evelyn is on top of the hellhound. She's invincible, so I'm not really worried about that.
Yes. She's activated her armor.
Yeah, so it's all shiny, so I know that's working.
I can basically be a chew toy for as long as I want.
All right. Can we see, or can I see Dief, who just came in?
Yeah, he's not. Oh, he's hiding actually. So no.
Yeah. Okay.
29.
You're invisible. There's no way. I'm not that perceptive, at all. Okay. I will then look at one of those. Did I? You know what? I don't remember if I cast mage armor. No, I did.
You did.
I did. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Just checking. Didn't want to mess that up. Oh, that's right. I misty stepped on top of the door. That's right.
Oh,
I went on top.
Yes, I forgot about that. Yeah.
So I moved from behind the wall. Well,
okay.
DF still could have seen me hiding on top of the thing.
Yes. You just be closer to him than
right.
What was originally said.
Cool. You know what? I'm just going to try, because I don't really want to fight these guys. Yeah, I'm going to try and polymorph another one of the giants.
Okay.
So whichever one hasn't really been affected yet.
Okay. What are you aiming to turn that giant into?
Well, I already did another chicken. So like maybe could I do like a baby chick?
Yeah. Sure.
Okay. Like a cute little baby chick. Because it's not the big giant, it's the little one.
Okay. Okay, so you cast the spell, and your magic swirls around another giant, and it shrinks down to the size of a little baby chick.
Yay!
It's just like, beep, 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 beep. The Strix is just like, oh.
Right, so now there are 2.
I hope the other chicken sees the baby chicken and is like chasing it.
They're probably too far apart to notice to be able to interact with one another at this point. Okay, and you're going to stay where you are?
Yeah, we're just right above. I'm trying to just like survey the area and like just make sure that no one can get to me, like the dogs or the giants or anything.
So Paulton, you pick yourself up out of the snow after being pounced on by the dogs and blowing them back with a thunder wave, along with Evelyn. You weren't particularly discriminating against her at that point because you knew she was invulnerable to damage. So there's nothing. Yep, there's nothing actively threatening you right now, but you can see there are still a bunch of hellhounds running around and 2 fire giants left in the battle.
Okay. So.
Yep. And just for your records, you used up a 4th level Thunder Wave spell.
Well. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so 2 fire giants.
Yeah.
Hellhounds running around. You leave for one day, and literally everything is on fire.
I mean, literally.
It's that GIF from Community.
Yeah.
Okay. So what threat is closest to me?
The closest threats to you would be the pile of 3 hellhounds that Evelyn is heaped in with.
Okay. How far are they?
They are currently 15 feet away from you.
Oh, okay. So they're like right there. All right. Let's see. Hardware and turn anything. So something I'm not sure of, but does Crown of Madness need to be on a humanoid?
Yes.
Okay.
Were you thinking one of the hellhounds or a chicken?
The chickens is like.
You just piss off one of the chickens.
Wait. Okay. So the chickens, the fire giants were turned into chickens?
Yes.
One was just, as you watched right now, transformed into a little baby chicken.
The larger one is Duke Salto.
Yeah.
Chris, chat keeps asking whether didn't 2 of the fire giants run away.
Oh, thank you. Yes, they did. Because actually, Paulton, you used another spell, your 4th level fear spell.
Oh.
And
That's right.
I forgot about them.
Chat is the great bookkeeper.
Yeah. So they ran off into the mountains. So right now there are no fire giants.
But still 2 chickens?
That's better. That's better than 2 fire giants is none.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go ahead and
Maybe you can have a pet hellhound.
Then it's
You just lost your bird.
Then it's just gonna die.
It's too real.
So maybe that's the best way to go about it.
This is my pet now. Wait for it to die.
I'm gonna go ahead and use bardic inspiration on Evelyn.
Excellent. All right, so Evelyn, you hear the inspiring music coming from Paulton.
Oh.
Some rad tunes.
Yeah. So it'll give you an extra D8, I believe.
Sick.
All right. And now it's the bad guy's turn. The hellhounds will get to their feet and attack you, Evelyn, but their jaws and flames do nothing to you.
I'm like letting them chew on my arms, like, ah.
Yeah. Morning Glory is still leading the other 3 hellhounds off into the hinterland.
That's good. Maybe they'll become friends.
Yep.
How many minutes do I have left? Because I know that this only lasts for 10 minutes, my invulnerability.
You have almost the bulk of the 10 minutes left. You've only had it operating for a couple rounds, so not even a minute yet.
So there are no imminent threats other than these hellhounds that I'm playing with.
Right. You do know that the fire giants who ran away as a result of Paulton's fear spell will eventually regain their senses and return.
Okay. Then I have 2 or 3 puppies.
You have let's say 2 are left.
Okay. I cast command and I point toward where the fire giants just went. And I'm only allowed to use a 1-word command. So technically, game-wise, it would be attack. But what Evelyn wants to say is, sick 'em, boys! And command them to attack the fire giants that are leaving.
Okay, so your command spell will affect...
and I want to cast it as a 2nd level. So that I can affect 2.
Got it. I was just about to ask.
Yeah.
Okay. So they have to make saving throw. So I believe. Yes, wisdom saving throws. What's your save DC, Anna?
Oh, yeah. I have to always look that up because I always forget. 16.
Okay. Your command takes hold.
Yay!
Yes. So on their next, basically right now, they will trot off
woof, woof, woof.
in the direction that you're pointing.
Bark, bark.
Borf, borf, bark, bark, bark.
Yeah. You can't actually stipulate a target for them to attack if they can't see what the target is, but they're running off in the direction that you pointed.
Okay.
All right. That brings us around to Kaharek. He now is looking at a little baby chick. He'll pick it up in his stony hand delicately, so not to hurt it, and just sort of he'll just sort of plant the axe in the ground or drop it on the ground and just sort of hold the chick in his hands, and look around to see where Strix is, because he you know who did this. He just doesn't know what she wants done with the chicken. And that takes us back to DF. So DF, behind you, you can hear what sounds like the dripping iron of a gantry falling down onto the floor. You can also feel the heat inside the forge start to become more intense.
Yeah, so Megara itself is basically melting like the entire inside, and like the rocks and everything like that. She's like, the place is coming down.
Typical waffle crew.
Yeah. Now the mountain is enormous, of course. So,
right. But if not now, eventually, like her heat will just melt something and eventually cover the heart.
We also know that the heart explodes.
Right.
Yeah, assuming she goes in that direction.
Yeah, or if nothing else, maybe she'll melt the piece of the colossi or whatever. So if it doesn't get to the heart, well, I'll at least buy a heck of a lot of time. All right. So current threats: single hellhound left on Evelyn.
Both of those hellhounds, or all the hellhounds that are currently on Evelyn, are running in your direction.
Oh.
Oops.
I will stay hidden and let them pass.
Okay, then. I thought you might.
Okay.
Okay. Strix.
You didn't know. It's not your fault.
From your vantage point on the mountainside, Strix, you can see Kaharek. He's picked up your little baby chicken, holding it, looking around for you, doesn't know where you are. There's no imminent danger to any of your friends, except perhaps the two hellhounds running inside the mountain, because you don't know where Diath is.
All right.
They're clearly under the effect of Evelyn's magic.
Right. So I can see that pretty much most of the threats have left, except for our good friend Kaharek, who we had a discussion about earlier.
Yeah.
I really do not trust him at all. So, man, that's not a good, easy thing to do, though. Well, I might do something stupid. Since I'm seeing him not looking at me and looking around, I'm going to try and banish him.
Oh.
I'm going to... Which I use my sorcery points for, but I'm going to try and banish him.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So he is within range, and he must make a charisma saving throw.
Which I know he's probably got a pretty good charisma, but I'm willing to take that chance.
All right. Let's find out.
Because I don't want him to get that iron golem, because I know that things are going to get even worse if he runs in there and takes it. That's my logic.
He is +6 on this roll.
I know.
And your DC is 17? 16?
15.
Okay. Here it comes. Here it comes. Oh! All right. This is, let's see. If the target is native to the plane, you banish it to a harmless demi-plane. Blah, 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 blah. Remains there until the spell ends, so up to a minute. Okay.
Right.
So, quizzically, he sort of looks around and then disappears.
Yes! Yes!
And the little chick in the air tries to fly but can't, and just flops down into the snow. Leaves a little chick-sized hole in the snow. Yes.
After that, can I just scream, "Time to run!"
Which everybody hears. Yeah, and that's your turn, and you can, I guess, move away from the mountain now, Strix, if you want.
Yeah, I'm just gonna jump down from wherever my perch is and just look for everyone and just be like, time to run!
Okay. So everybody sees Strix kind of in the doorway entrance area, not too far from the black chicken, ranting. And then Paulton.
Yeah.
There are currently no immediate threats to you in the vicinity. All the giants and/or hellhounds have run away.
This seems like a good time to leave.
Sounds good to me.
Strix is already running. like arms in the air, just like away.
She doesn't even know Dieth is out yet, so.
Yeah, none of us know. None of us know about Dieth, right?
She's just like,
stick to the plan!
I see Strix running. I'm just like, guess we're going that way. And I will proceed that way.
Okay, yes. So you start to veer off in the direction that Strix is running, away from the mountain.
We're both like Kermit running.
Okay, and at that point, Evelyn, you can see in the mountainside, to the left of the giant doors, and a little bit higher than them, a crack opens in the mountain, and all of this molten lava comes belching out.
By the holy searing light of Lysander. And I start to see like, Dieth! And I'm like flying around the entrance, kind of looking, trying to see in. I'm calling for Dieth.
Make a perception check.
My perception is characteristically low out of 7.
Okay, you don't immediately see Dieth, but deeper inside the assembly area, you can see that that one of the fire giants that Paulton scared away with his fear spell has broken its hold and is coming back toward you.
Through out of the entrance, or
yeah,
okay.
He's deep. He's about 60 feet inside the mountain and heading your way. He's about 60 feet away from you at this point, but coming in your direction. You also see at this point that the 2 hellhounds that you expelled are no longer under the effect of the command spell and are just kind of waiting for him.
I fly higher out of reach. I continue to yell for Dieth and look around.
Okay. Dieth, you do see that one of the fire giants driven back into the mountain is coming forward in your direction.
Okay.
Returning to fight your friends. And obviously you hear Evelyn calling out for you.
All right. Is this my initiative?
And yes, it is.
All right. Great. I'll like get out of hiding so that I can be shown to Evelyn so she knows where I am.
Okay.
I'll just let those fire giants figure out that eventually they got way bigger problems to deal with than us. So like she'll see like he's just like completely burned, like the cloak and stuff he's been bought has like been sheared off and like his clothes are just tattered and lots of like burnt skin showing. I'll just shout out to her, "Run now!" And like just cutting action dash, chase after Strix, like kind of half limping through the snow.
Literally out of nowhere, Evelyn, you see Dieth come out of the shadows, badly burned.
Whoa! I didn't see you there. I take up the rear behind him because I'm invulnerable. So I'm like back to Dieth, flying backwards, like ready to take on whatever's chasing us.
Okay.
You can see Dieth is like fighting back tears in his eyes, either from pain or otherwise.
Okay. Well, the fire giant who is emerging from the depths is not moving faster than Dieth, so that's a good sign. He's clunking along in his heavy iron armor. And as he advances toward you, Evelyn, and you're covering for your friend's escape, you suddenly see this humongous fire creature, 50 feet tall, maybe 50, 60 feet long. You're not sure how many limbs it has, but it's more than 4. And it comes landing in the middle of the assembly area amid the wreckage of the Colossus, literally on top of this fire giant, who is now just engulfed by it.
Lol.
The fire giant does not seem to be harmed by the fires of this creature at all, but he is mightily confused.
Morning, Lord, protect us.
And you just feel this incinerating heat come blasting out at you in your face. And you think you would actually take damage were you not invulnerable.
Good thing I am. I'm like over my shoulder. I'm like, run faster. Keep it up.
You see your little friends running, flying, whatever, moving through the snow, farther away from the mountain.
I maybe even like grab DS cloak and I'm like flying and pulling him like, come on.
Okay.
I picture like it's the scene from Lord of the Rings where they're all like walking on the mountain with the panning, except for we're running and panicked, and the music is just not happy at all.
Yeah.
It's just like screaming. Yeah. But it's still really dramatic.
Right, yes.
There's still the helicopter pan.
Yes, as you withdraw from the mountain, you see that neither the hellhounds around it or the hellhounds inside it nor the fire giant are emerging. They apparently do have bigger problems to solve. But you can see an incredible bright light, like sun-like in its brightness, emanating from the open doorways at the base of the mountain, even as you move farther away. You can see the heat distortion coming out through the opening like a cone, and just melting all the snow around it.
I quietly hum, distraction, followers.
All right. You are able to retreat to what you consider to be a safe enough distance that you don't fear like anything is pursuing you or in danger of pursuing you. But by this time also a minute has ended, and you're pretty sure that your banishment spell has as well.
I just don't say anything and just like cover my head. I mean, I tell everyone that it's probably ended.
All right. And about a minute after that, you can all see flying in the air toward you is Kaharek. His lower body trailing off from about the waist down into a tornado of sand.
Oh, look, it's our friend.
There's not our friend anymore. We have to leave.
Yeah, and he's got Harshnag's big great axe.
He's gonna axe us in the face
over his back.
DF, do you have the that thing? As in a good heart. You have a good heart, DF.
Also concerned about running away.
Yep. So let us all roll initiative again.
Oh, God.
As you're plodding through the snow.
Oh, that was fun.
Trudging away from Kaharek.
Buy D20. I'll use this one.
At least I bought us some time.
Yes, you did.
And he didn't get the golem.
15.
Oh, 15 for
Evelyn.
I got 8, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
DF?
9.
And Paulton?
19.
Excellent. All right. So Kaharek continues flying toward you. He gets to about, I'll say, 120 feet away. Paulton, do you want to do anything at that point?
I don't know. Do I? So I don't like this.
Suggestion: leave us alone. I doubt that'll work.
Okay, how far is this failer?
He's 120 feet away and about 60 feet up.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go ahead and does it feel like we're still running?
Yes.
That feels good.
Yeah, but because you're essentially you're running through mountain snow, so it's quite deep, and you're sinking in. And, it's quite a slog.
I just love the image of Paulton like examining as he's walking. He's like, "Yeah, this feels right." Yeah.
Yeah, I will just carry on.
Okay. Yeah.
You just look back. I see. I'm like, nope. Nope.
Okay. All right, Evelyn. You want to do anything? Right now, you're just riding literally on DS.
We're just pulling on his cloak.
Charred coattails.
Yeah. I have approximately 5 minutes left of invulnerability.
You would have about 8 minutes left.
Oh, nice. Okay. How close is he to catching us?
He's 120 feet away.
And he definitely sees us and is pursuing us.
Yes, you're easy to follow because you're leaving big tracks through the snow.
Dang it. I guess I keep running because there's no reason for me to like break off because he's not going to follow me. So I just keep pulling, but I yell, is there a way to contain us or contain him, like a hut or something?
All right. And we come down to DF.
Okay. 120 feet away. That's pretty far.
Yep.
His movement, his flight speed wasn't great, if I recall.
No.
We can run forever. That's a good solution.
Yeah.
He'll catch up to you as long as you're wading through snow.
All right. If my companions are close enough to hear me, I'll just say, not yet. Keep moving.
Okay.
Can do.
Yep. That seems to be the plan. Strix, what do you do? Oh, Strix.
She's having a fit.
Yep.
Strix is gone.
She's mentally and physically gone. So you all continue to run away. When the Dow moves to within 60 feet of you guys, he says, "My friends, you have disappointed me. We had a deal." And he says,
"Sorry."
Strix is just screaming.
He says, "Stop your running. We must go back to the mountain now."
The mountain's kind of gone.
And he says, "It is right there. He's not going anywhere."
Strix is like, "It's going. Oh, it's going."
Don't you see the lava coming out of it?
There is a little bit of lava bubbling out of cracks in the sides of the mountain, yes.
I think usually people run when a mountain's about to explode with lava. Totally not leaving ya. Just running away.
We're leaving. Still running.
He says, "Please stop running away. I don't want to hurt you. I'll feel bad if I have to kill you all."
I've heard that one before.
But Willie.
I actually believe him.
Did you insight check him or you just believe him?
No, I actually believe him.
Believe him that he'll kill us?
That he doesn't want to hurt us. Like, yeah. Anyway,
all right.
whose turn is it?
It is now. We're back to Paulton, who I assume, unless you tell me otherwise, Nate, you're still running. But the genie is now 60 feet away from you.
I just quick look around at my party. I'm just like, okay, what are we doing?
I can go talk to him. He can't hurt me right now.
But he
all right, but do you have a plan? Because he's
Always.
definitely catching up to us.
Yep.
And you don't look like you can run so good.
Well, don't forget that he can take your armor away in an instant.
Ooh.
Heck.
He could probably choke you or something with it too. That's come under the snow.
So he's 60 feet. I'm gonna.
Do y'all have a plan or something? You keep shaking your head at me and winking and you're looking all weird. Is there something I should know?
Am I still running with Strix at this point?
She's nearby, yes.
Yeah, she also just ducked under the snow.
Yeah, she just dive bombed into the snow.
Oh, okay. So now I'm just out here like,
Yeah.
Cool. Well, if she's hiding, then we're not running. I guess I'll hang.
All right. All right.
Because I don't know what we're doing.
Yes, you stop. A cold mountain wind blows over you. Snow catches your cloak and your hair as you turn and look to your friends and go,
Plan doesn't seem established. We'll await further instructions.
All right. Evelyn, you're up next after Paulton.
If Paulton stops, I also stop. And take a defensive stance, and then I start yelling at Dieth and Strix. I'm like, what are you guys winking about? What's going on?
There's something in my eye.
Dieth.
Okay. Everyone else has stopped running?
It seems that they have, yes.
I don't know what's going on!
All right, good. So then Dieth will kind of stumble forward and like kind of fall into the snow a little bit. Mm-hmm. And pick himself up and turn around and face Crack holding his wounds. But so that his kind of lower body is like, and right hand is kind of like underneath the snow and kind of covered. Mm-hmm. And just kind of like holding himself, waiting for Kaharik to approach and get closer so that we can discuss. And I'll let him know exactly what went down.
Okay. So Dieth is now sort of ahead of you guys in looking to confront the genie as he approaches. And then Strix, you're under the snow and staying there, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm staying under the snow.
All right. Kaharik lands, touches down right in front of you, Dieth. The sand gives way to a real pair of legs underneath him, so he is now standing in the snow, towering over you with his 9-foot, 10-foot height, with Harshnag's big axe just kind of slung over his shoulder the way a lumberjack might. Kind of non-threateningly, kind of nonchalantly, actually. And he says, the mountain is over there.
It's exploding. That hurts people like us. So we ran away, but now we're all safe. Isn't that grand?
He looks at the mountain again and he says, it's fine. We have lots of time.
It's like lava everywhere.
So, plenty of time to go back and finish the quest that I have.
So Dieth will, at this point, will say, the mountain's coming down, and I don't know how much time we have left.
You look very badly burned, my friend.
I know, and that's why we can't go back right now. Kozin betrayed us. He did this to me. I was able to fend him off, and he has left. I don't know where he went. However, your iron golem is currently inside.
He says, he was a dark elf. Of course he betrayed.
That's what I said. Under the snow.
I kind of like almost like pointing to my wounds. I'll even say it's like, I know. I was expecting it, but not to this caliber.
He says, you can't allow these small setbacks to get in the way of our mission.
Yeah, it's a very big setback in there.
He says,
and she's pissed.
Getting the golem back is very important to me. It is worth your life, I'm afraid.
I know, and it's worth your life too. But someone as yourself should have no fear of the fire inside. I've cleared the path. You can easily go claim it on your own. You no longer need us. I can't move it.
He says, I need you to help me. There is always the possibility that I could find myself cornered by giants. You did not kill them all, so you need to do what we agreed and help me out.
The giants are distracted. They should be paying no attention to you or something as small as the iron golem while the rest of their stronghold and their precious project melts around them.
And he says, I do not know what became of the golem after we left it in the assembly area. Did you see it there?
It wasn't there. I saw it on my descent down when I first entered the mountain.
Well, then I will need your help to find it.
I can give you simple directions. It'll be easy to find.
No, I don't think so. We had an agreement.
Yeah, we did. But conspiring with treason was never part of the agreement. And I'll uncork the flask and say, "Ze heareth."
All right.
Ah!
He has to make a wisdom saving throw.
Evelyn doesn't know what that means still, right? Like, she's not aware of the whole flask thing.
She knows of the flask and its power.
But she didn't know that was the plan.
And she was present when Virith tried to use the flask to trap Kaharek this morning.
So I did know that he could do that, but I didn't know he was going to do that.
Right. You've already seen Kaharek once defend himself against the power of this flask.
Okay.
All right. And you just saw him do it again.
Ah!
That's not good.
Ah!
All right. So he says, "Yes, I will have to take that flask from you now."
Oh no!
So that was Diath's turn. Strix, you technically go after Diath in the initiative order. So peeking up out of the snow, you can see Diath held the flask up to trap Kaharek, and the genie just...
Okay, can I cast one of my scroll spells from the spell book I found and cast greater invisibility on Diath?
Yes, I believe you can.
Because I don't want him to get the flask. Because you can just keep doing it. Just keep keep opening it up.
Yep, you will have to go and touch Diath to turn him invisible.
Okay. Can I crawl through the snow?
Yes.
His hand comes out of the snow.
Burrowing.
Yeah, exactly.
You just see
This little snow burrow comes over to Diath. Your hand reaches out, touches him by the scorched ankle.
Looney Tunes cartoon.
Yeah, exactly.
And then after I do that, I would like to. Can I misty step away? Do I have enough actions for that?
Yeah, you can crawl.
I do.
You can crawl. You can do your spell, and then you can misty step away.
That's what I want to do. Yeah.
Okay, so
very far away.
You go 30 feet away from him.
Great.
Yeah,
Great.
you are now greater invisibility, which means that you are invisible for a minute until then, and you stay invisible even if you attack and whatnot. So
Nice.
Okay, that's Strix's turn, and Fulton, you're next.
Okay, so this genie man,
Yep.
he's hanging out. How far is he?
Oh, he was right next to Diath. He's probably like 15 feet away from you.
Okay, and is there anything else around? For anyone?
Make a perception check.
Can do.
Notice anything besides the big piles of snow around you.
That would be a 7.
Okay, you just see big piles of snow everywhere.
Neat.
You're having a hard time seeing too because the wind is sort of blowing snow up in your face and visibility isn't great.
Nate, chat demands that because I'm looking at it that I tell you and remind you that you have Vistani curses, which I'm sure you know. So there you go, chat. Stop.
Oh, getting better. That's true. So how exactly would that work? Because I feel like I missed exactly what the curses do.
So one of the curses that you can do is you can try to render someone blind or deaf. That's one of the ones you've done before.
Okay.
There are...
Yeah, that thing where you can make them vulnerable to certain stuff.
Yeah, you can make.
Did that get the tree?
Yes, you can make him, you can make him vulnerable to a particular kind of damage, like slashing or piercing or thunder, which means he would take double damage from those kinds of effects.
Okay. I guess maybe I'll try to blind him then.
Okay. He will have to make a saving throw to resist this effect. So you utter a Vistani curse, an ancient curse upon him to deprive him of his vision. And he rolled a natural 20, so that's not going to hurt him.
Cool.
Affect him in any way. Now you still have movement if you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna move more away from the him.
Okay, so you go kind of tromping through the snow away from him. Make a dexterity check for me.
Okie dokie.
Okie dokie.
Oh, neat. That would be a 5.
Okay. As you run away, you trip over something that sort of was recently buried in the snow. And as you fall down and land around it, you can see what appears to be a giant frozen bird.
Oh no!
Oh no, that's way worse. I thought it was strict and that was going to be comical, but no, it's sad.
And you recognize this is the bird that plucked you from danger off the mountainside when things were looking dire.
I see this frozen bird. I'm just like, yeah, that seems about right.
And then you see like what appear to be little poisoned drow crossbow bolts sticking out of it.
Do I know that's what they are?
Yeah, because you've seen the drow crossbow bolts recently.
It's like, yep, that seems about right. Cool. Okay, well, it wouldn't be Tuesday, so.
All right, Evelyn, you saw Paulton move a little bit away from the rest of the group and then fall in the snow.
I actually have this epiphany. I'm like, parents, son, bird. Maybe it's me. Everything,
Oh, sad.
It's like if I survive this, I'm gonna sleep on this. Okay. Anyway, back to dying.
Yep, back to dying.
Yep.
Evelyn.
The
The attempt to curse Kaharik and the attempt to trap him in the flask does not seem to have met with his approval.
I kind of just like fly up a little bit from where, because I was standing right next to Dieth.
Yes.
So I kind of fly up a little bit more toward the eye line of our genie friend, and I try to make friendly, chit chat with him to try to convince him that we didn't want to leave him. So I'm like, I'm so sorry. It was just such a big misunderstanding. I think we just, we were so scared of that lava, and I think I think he's burned to a crisp. I think his brain is not quite working. So I'm very sorry about that. That was very rude. And we're just, don't worry. We're all friends here. We'll get this figured out. I'm just going to try to persuade him not to hurt us. So I'm trying to make a persuasion check.
Go ahead. Make your persuasion check.
I rolled a 2 and my persuasion is +8.
Okay.
So even with a 2, it's a 10. But freaking dice. You're going in the shame bag, dice.
Okay. He says to you, I am very, very sorry that you put me in this difficult position. As much as I don't want to hurt you, I'm afraid you've left me with no choice. He snaps his fingers and your armor disappears.
No!
And then he will bring his axe upon you, Evelyn.
You were so close to doing well.
I didn't mean to get close enough for him to melee me.
Yeah. And because it's invisible, so you're the closest thing to him. So he will just stride over a couple steps and swing at you with this big axe. He rolls a 23 on the attack roll, which hits your unarmed body.
Yeah.
All right. And you are a human.
Mm-hmm.
And Harshnag's great axe does an extra 2d12 points of damage to humans.
Why though?
Wow.
Because it was made to kill humans. All right, you take 28 points of slashing damage from
just a flesh wound
from the first swing.
Oh no! I forgot I had inspiration. Oh Chris, can I Can I go back? I even wrote it in big letters. Look, Bardic Inspo across the top of my sheet.
Well, strictly by the rules, Anna, no. But since I'm a generous DM, I'm going to let you roll if you want to.
Watch me roll a 1 this time. Do you want me to? I can just. Yeah. I can keep it. Okay.
Yeah.
What are the odds? What are the odds that it would be a 2 again?
Oh no!
Well,
I hate dice.
Anna, the inspiration die is a D8 that you roll and add to your previous roll.
Add?
Yes.
So, yeah.
I thought it was just a normal inspiration. Okay.
So you roll a D8.
Well, you want me to roll again? Because 2 is technically still on a D8.
You can roll again.
Okay. He's giving me lots of mulligans here. 4. So it's a 14.
14 total. All right. Sadly, that's not enough to.
Well, we tried
to turn the Dow that you betrayed back in your favor. So his first attack hits you. His second attack hits you, and does does 41.
Okay.
Damage.
Wait. So 23 plus 41.
Plus 41.
Ooh, Nelly.
We were doing so well.
For a total of 64.
Right. Evelyn does not look well.
I didn't think she would. Okay, so 2 big swings of Harshnag's Great Axe, and that's done. And Diath, you are invisible, and you're up. Kahar kind of stepped past you to get to Evelyn a little bit, so you're kind of behind him.
Right. Now, I don't know a whole lot about Tao or other non-primal beings, but I can't imagine stabbing them is the best option here. So, can I attempt the flask again? Am I allowed to do that as much as possible?
Let's see.
Or we could just give up. And
there is nothing stopping you from attempting it again.
Okay.
If he had been trapped in the flask previously, he would have advantage on his save.
Oh, okay. But he hasn't, so it's just normal type.
Correct.
All right. Well, he just walloped the shit out of Evelyn.
Yep.
So,
yeah, I think Evelyn hit a tree and fell in the snow with a plop.
Yeah, there's no other terrain or other. Are we just around snow? And then you're
basically on a barren mountainside, sloping away from the mountain. So there is a slight incline toward the mountain, but yeah, you're just making your way through essentially snowy, rocky terrain.
All right, great. I am not going to move then, so he doesn't see any footprints moving away.
Okay.
Just to help hopefully make myself a little more conspicuous. And then since he's looking at Evelyn right at the back of his stupid head, I'm going to point that flask point again and just whisper very quietly, Zirith.
All right, he has to make another wisdom saving throw.
You son of a bitch.
He is not drawn into the flask.
Damn it!
What kind of saving throw was it again?
Wisdom.
Someone make him dumber.
Yep. And so he resists the effort.
Excuse me.
And he says, "Stop doing that."
Doing what? I was the wind.
Strix, you're up.
I see him do that to Evelyn, and I'm just like, oh, come on. So if she's still alive, I don't know. Yes. Okay. I just hear yes from a bloody pile.
Yeah, you see little.
The light of Lathander preserves me.
Little winged boots sort of sticking out.
Oh God, great. So I'm just gonna go over there and just kind of again under the snow.
Yeah.
It's and just be like, I'm gonna turn you into a cloud. just stay away from that guy. He's like real bad news.
Okay.
So I'll turn her into a cloud.
Okay, you are a cloud.
Woo.
Okay,
Yeah.
and Paulton, what do you do?
That's a good question.
You sort of pick yourself up out of the snow. You look back, you can see the genie is not currently fighting anybody after swatting Evelyn out of the sky.
All right.
You wouldn't have heard Diath whispering the command word for the flasks, and you can't see him, so you don't know where he is.
I'm going to try and persuade him.
Okay.
So.
You do have a better rapport than the others because he spent some time with you.
Mm-hmm.
And you've got those charming glasses or whatever the heck they were.
You do have eyes of charm.
That is true. I'm trying to, let me.
I like the idea of Paulton sort of standing up, brushing the snow off, and then like pulling out his spectacles and slipping into the snow.
Yeah, I'm just being like, dude.
Yes, your crystal spectacles have 3 charges. You can expend a charge as an action to cast Charm Person. This guy is not technically a person, so that won't actually affect him. But you can still be very persuasive when you want to because you're a bard.
Okay, I will try to persuade him.
Okay.
All right, so let's see here. I consider persuading him. And I just do a. Never mind.
I thought you were going to give him the bird. And then, okay, so Paulton abandons his when he realizes no.
I go to actually be persuasive, and I choke on spit or something. I'm just like, hey man.
Yeah, you just sort of sneeze, and snot is hanging out of your nose, and yeah. Okay, yeah, he doesn't seem too interested in hearing what you have to say. Evelyn, you're up.
So I, as a cloud, can't cast spells or take any actions or make myself not a cloud, right? I'm just a cloud.
You are just a cloud that moves 10 feet around. Tell me faster if you are
That's
actually
it.
carried on the wind.
And I don't have any agency over being a cloud until you take me out of being a cloud, right?
No, you can move. You can. So I imagine if you don't want to be a cloud anymore, you can signal.
Okay.
But you can't talk. Yeah. So you can just wildly wave your cloud arms.
Wave my cloud. Okay. Yeah. I just go fly over to stand next to everyone. Next to Paulton and
okay.
Is Strix next to Paulton?
No, Strix was over by you. So if you go to Paulton, you're leaving Strix, but she's buried under snow.
Yeah.
Okay, I go over near Paulton.
Okay. So you are flying as a Evelyn cloud next to Paulton. Okay.
I'm trying to keep as many of my friends as possible within 10 feet of me. But
okay. That would be Paulton.
Okay.
All right. And at this point, Kaharik brings his, sort of turns around to where the DF footsteps end. And he just takes a swing at the emptiness.
No.
He is at disadvantage because he cannot see you.
He sucks real bad.
All right. His low roll is 19.
What?
How does that fare against your armor class DF?
Uncanny dodge.
Okay, so he hits you, and you reduce the damage. He does 29 reduced to half, which is 14 points with that swing.
It's not that bad.
And then there's this little streak of blood across the snow.
Oh, God.
A very clear streak blood, and then you just see the snuggle flump as Dieth's unconscious body falls over.
No, okay. I forgot you're already so low. Crap.
All right. Kaharik will can't do much else because he can see that you just went flop into the snow. So he's going to stride over to Paulton with his and stand before you, Paulton. And he says, "We have been through so many adventures together. To see it end this way is most disheartening.
Telling me.
All right. And then he will attempt to bring his axe down upon you.
No.
He rolled a natural 1.
Ooh, does he hit himself in the head?
Weird. What a critical failure.
Yes. So
It's because his friendship he feels with me, he like couldn't bring himself to really do it.
Yes, there was a moment of doubt. He brought the blade down to within like a hair of you, and he's just like, this pains me. I am overcome. And then it is Dieth's turn. He makes a death saving throw.
Okay.
Okay.
If I've ever needed a natural 20 in my life, this is the time.
We survive a burning mountain, and now this.
14, so 1 save.
1 save. All right, Strix.
Okay. When he goes down, does the spell end?
It shouldn't. No.
Can I make it end?
Yes.
Okay. So as soon as I see the blood,
Yeah.
I focus on making the spell end.
Okay, Dieth becomes visible.
So I'm going to Misty Step on top of him.
Okay.
And I'm going to reach in wherever that flask is and grab it with my dirty hand.
Okay.
And I'm going to pull it out and I'm going to hold it at that dumb, stupid, mean, dumb face. And I'm going to hold it up and yell, Zereth! And open the flask again. And I'm really mad.
All right. Kaharik is sucked into the flask.
Yes! Yes!
Wow.
Strix hero!
Strix rolls up Dieth and rolls around in the snow like, yes! Yes! Yes!
Evelyn's silent cloud waving.
Oh, Strix, you're not a cloud anymore.
As soon as I become not a cloud, you hear, yay!
Dad, I'll stabilize Dieth by packing some snow into his wounds.
I run over and I'll cradle him and lay on him. I swat her dirty hands away and lay on hands on Dieth.
Just like sticking your dirty hands.
Yeah. I'm like, stop it.
You're like, you've done this one too many times.
Yeah.
Just don't touch them.
How many hit points would you like to give Dieth?
I'll give him, just in case we happen to run into initiative again, I'll just give him 10 to get him started.
Yay.
Right.
I just need enough to uncanny dodge.
Yeah.
All right. As Dieth springs to life, you can see quite a distance away from you now, more fissures, more fiery fissures appear in the mountainside of iron slag. And you can see one of the fissures seems to crack its way up the mountainside toward the Yakfolk village.
Oof.
And there's another sort of gout of magma that kind of bleeds out of the mountain like a flaming pus.
As I'm holding DF and laying hands on him, I'm like, it's so nice that you got all those civilians out of there before that mountain exploded. Isn't that nice? Is it so? No.
Yeah,
No.
the sort of the fiery screams of all the dying slaves, it just sort of fills your head.
So the streets he says that Dieth he just pushes her off and gets up and just says, "We need to keep moving."
Evelyn quietly prays for his soul to Lathander.
I'm just gonna stuff the flask somewhere in my robes.
Okay. You have a long, cold journey through the winter wastelands north of Citadel Adbar, making your way southward away from the mountain. As the mountain becomes a more distant thing, you can see kind of smoke and ash billowing out of it, but it's not until you're about a day away when you hear a thunderous sound from far to the north. And then suddenly, great belching smoke mounting up into the sky.
And as we all look upon this sight, Dieth will say, all things considered, everyone, this was probably our most successful stealth mission yet.
It's like the ground is shaking and like the trees are like shaking. Like I don't think.
Yes, pyroclastic clouds of ash are washing down the mountain. Yes.
Yeah, you think anyone heard that? Maybe.
Paulton's got one. Just, cheers.
Evelyn just kind of hums distraction force.
All right, and by the time you make it back to the mountains to the south, in which Citadel Adbar is embedded, you guys are bitter cold, haggard, tired, and all of that. But you would have rested a number of days before getting here, so you would be at least fresh on hit points and abilities and whatnot.
That's good.
Yep. Yeah, you've more or less eaten all your food or rationed out your food so that you could get this far. And then you see the great stone causeway make its way up the mountainside to the gates of Citadel Adbar. And once inside, you are spared the cold winter and are surrounded by stone halls heated by great fiery braziers.
During the journey back, Diaz was uncharacteristically silent and to himself.
Yeah. Periodically throughout the cold nights, as you were sort of huddled under snow or in mountain caves or whatnot, you would hear, the rest of you, Diaz kind of murmuring or tossing and turning in his sleep. But that's about it.
Strix is just assuming that something else horrible happened to him. He'll talk when he's ready.
The dwarves who admit you through the gates of Citadel Adbar seem to be expecting you because the gates open up before you without even so much as questions. And once you're inside the gates, you can see a dwarven envoy, a group of dwarves dressed in big, thick fur mantles come out to greet you. And among them, Jasper, Immerchasm. And,
Jasper!
You can see that he has got on a leash and Waffles, the baby owlbear, and in the several days, the week or so that you have been away, it might just be an illusion or part of just glad to see the creature again. But she seems to have gotten like about 25% bigger than she was the last time.
Jesus!
I'm like, come here, baby. Come see mama.
I do that way. I do that next to Evelyn. I'm like, no, come see me. No, I want you to see me. No, come here, little squishy face.
I'd like both of you to make charisma persuasion checks.
Oh, beat this. 21.
Actually,
are you serious? Wait, hold on.
Actually, I'd like you all to make charisma persuasion checks.
23.
What?
I'm going to give disadvantage to DF and Paulton because they're not trying.
Oh yeah, well check this out, Chris Perkins.
Yeah.
Oh, that's actually still good. Damn it. 21. No, 22. Because I got the Stone of Luck.
I have a +8 to persuasion, and you still beat me.
I rolled a 19, so
16. I'm looking at him like, don't. As he's like scanning all of it. I'm just like,
yeah, he's sort of veering toward Paul a little bit. No, he's all right.
I rolled a 17 and a 19. If I had the 19, I would have had 24.
All right. So Waffles hurls itself at Strix.
yay! I probably smell the grossest, so I mean, it's really not about love.
Yeah.
But can Strix hold Waffles now? Like,
Probably
Waffles is pretty
not.
heavy, so that's what I'm thinking is like, can Strix even, like, does she get bowled over?
Yeah, she probably does. And then Waffle starts picking through her robes. Probably, pulls off, one of her boots and starts rooting around in there for snickety snooks.
Strix is like, no, there's nothing in there. We ate them all.
Okay.
I think I do have a bat wing though, so I'll give her that.
Okay.
Ew.
She'll eat the bat wing.
Take that off my
Evelyn's like,
list.
don't give, ew.
All right. So there are a number of dwarves who are asking, both in common and in dwarven, how your venture went and what news bring you from the north.
Well,
And you can see while this is going on, Jasper's just sort of looking over your shoulders to see if any of the other slaves may have made it back with you.
Diaz will just say, Oh, dang it. What was the Citadel Adbar's king name again?
Harnoth.
Harnoth, that's it. All right. I'll just say it's like, we need to speak with Harnoth and Harnoth alone.
The dwarves nod, and Jasper says, "That can be arranged."
But just to help ease like the crowd, I don't know. Like, was the general populace aware of this threat and our mission?
No, just a select number of dwarves close to the king.
All right, but uncharacteristically friendly. Diaz would also kind of say to the crowd, "But you won't need to worry about any fire giants anytime soon."
All right.
Giants.
That brings smiles.
He winks, but there is no like spark in his eye.
Okay. That seems to put the dwarves at ease. They were hoping for some good news. And yes, they will take you to a warm place where you can heat up a bit, and then they'll make sure that the king is notified that you've returned.
Great.
As if we're kind of like left alone or anything, or we have like a few moments to ourselves.
Yeah, we'll sort of cut to a scene where you guys are basically in a chamber with a large burning hearth and comfortable leather padded chairs by yourselves.
If we have time before that, I'll ask Evelyn. Where did you get your clothes again?
Oh, it's what did I call it? I called it something. Okay. It was like what was the suffix, Chris? It was like, was it I here? Is I what they use here?
Well, it depends on the family. But it was a gnome, I believe, who did your clothes, right?
I know, but it was like Gucci eye and Prada eye.
Yeah. It was something like that.
Well,
Gucci yar. They said it.
Gucci yar. That's what it was. Yeah, these are Gucci yar. Yeah.
All right.
I can show you where it is.
I'll go with Evelyn to return to the same place and just tell that seamstress or seamster, just, can you remake this? Like, just exact same outfit. I just need it back.
Yeah, they'll give it a once over, and they say that they can procure all the materials to create an outfit that looks just like it.
All right, great. All right, that's all.
Okay.
I also, if we're out and about shopping, ask around to see if there's anyone who can make me some sick armor like that magic armor that I had. I assume no one can, but Evelyn's really interested in that.
If you describe it as being magical, there's nobody here who can really help you, but you do hear rumors that the king is sort of the custodian of a vault rumored to contain dwarven masterworks of a sort that could include magic suits of armor.
Oh, I'll just ask him then. Thanks so much.
Yeah.
And magic stabs.
And there's at least one dwarf who says that he can make magic armor, but you really doubt he can. He's thinking more like magical in a figurative sense.
Yeah, that
Which kind of works for Evelyn.
Yeah.
I mean, we're all magical in our own way, I suppose.
Yeah.
While you're doing this, Strix is also going to try and sell some yak horns that she found.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Are we on a full shopping trip? Because there's plenty of things.
Yeah, you can dispense with the yak horns, and somebody here will pay 10 gold pieces a yak horn.
Sweet. Awesome.
Do I find anyone that I think might be good at reassembling a robot son?
I'm glad you asked.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Why?
As you do a little bit of research and ask around, there is a dwarf who, in his heyday, was a master engineer, and he devised many of the traps that defend Citadel Adbar against unwanted incursions. When he got too old and his eyesight started to fail him, he retired, but continued to basically make toys for dwarven children. And they believe that the nature of what you want, the sort of fine mastercraft, tinker level work, is probably something that he could tackle.
I go see him by myself. I don't bring, well, unless anyone wants to go with me, but I don't like make a big deal out of it. I don't tell Paulton that that's what I'm trying to do.
Okay.
Because I'm worried that if it fails, I'll just get his little hopes up.
All right. And his name is Tyrum Flamebane.
Mr. Flamebane, I have come on the recommendation of so many who tell me you might be able to reassemble this. And I plock down a bag of Simon. Yeah.
It's like a bag. It sounds like a bag of coins or something.
I collected all the pieces. They're all here.
Are you doing this alone, Evelyn, on your own, without notifying Paulton, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to get his little hopes up.
Okay. By the way, you were led to Tyrum in his workshop by one of his daughters. He has 2 daughters who help him essentially, but they leave you alone with him, and he kind of takes his finger and sort of peeks inside the bag, and reaches in and pulls out a handful of Simon parts, and many of them are crushed and just flat discs, basically.
I try to grab like a piece of paper or something to kind of like sketch what he looked like. I have no idea if Evelyn is a good artist or not. So maybe it even like, maybe the sketch is like he had a head and then he had like a little body and he had little legs like this. And sometimes he threw darts out of it, I mean, can I roll for my artistic ability on this?
Yeah, you can make a performance check. It's charisma.
Oh my god.
Charisma?
Yeah.
20.
Okay.
She's not a bad artist.
Yeah, you do actually a fairly decent rendering of Simon for him, and he takes it, he holds it up really, really close to his face, and then he just sort of mumbles something.
What was that?
And you sort of lean in.
Uh-huh.
And he says, I can make this for you, Jan.
You can make our Simon for us? That's great. Yeah. That's wonderful. Thank you. How long do you think it'll take? About 7 to 10 days, I think you said. Okay, that's great. Do you know about your price that you'd want to ask us?
I'll give you this $1,000.
You want to do it for free? That's so kind of you. You're the best.
$1,000.
I think I heard a racial slur in there.
I know you wouldn't be saying 1,000 gold. I think I just misheard you. I'm sure that's not what you meant, because I'm sure you'd want to. I'm persuading him. You'd want to charge us a little. You'd want to charge us a little less than 1,000. Something more reasonable. I roll a 24.
He looks at the parts again. He sort of takes out a few handfuls, looks at the flattened springs and the twisted pieces and an eyeball that's been sort of crushed, partially crushed.
Poor Simon.
And he's like,
You can't tell me for honestly 500.
500 sounds more reasonable. I mean, he is our son after all, and we do love him.
He sort of looks at you quizzically when you say that.
But I don't have that on me, so I'm gonna take Simon with me, and I'll be back as soon as we can find that 500 gold. I'm sure we just have it lying around somewhere. I just don't have it on me right this second.
I'm sorry. Here, you take the pot.
Yeah, I should take the parts. Yeah. Okay.
Someone in the chat just said, "Girl, you got money for Gucci Yar, but not your own son."
I'll be back. Thank you, Mr. Flamebane. You have been the most charming gentleman, and I shall see you very, very soon. Yar. A-I-O.
All right. So you take your pile of Simon bits and you head out. Yes, in the plaza where a lot of the markets and things are, there is sort of a dais in the center where things are often put on display. The last time you were here, there was an ogre chained up. He's still here, but he's unconscious and lying on the floor.
That's kind of sad.
I forgot about him.
He's got some big welts on his head and his body where he's peppered with stones and things to amuse the locals. But right now he's either sleeping or unconscious from the beatings he's taken. You can't tell. And he kind of smells. But
Evelyn is bothered by this, but continues on her way.
Okay. Evelyn, as you make your way through the plaza, or make a perception check for me. And I'll have Strix. You can roll too, since
Oh boy.
you're in the area.
This is so lore based that it's hilarious that the dice agree so much, because Evelyn is just if she's going from place to place, she's just like looking up at the sky and singing some hymn to Lathander. Yeah. And she's just, like, oh, great morning, Lord. Your riches are so vast. And she's just like, she rolls a 4.
Okay.
I got a 7.
Okay. Nothing to see here.
Now Strix is probably just like crying somewhere. I don't know. There's too many tears to see anything. But
right.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just going to say, if you have any other business, let me know. Otherwise, we'll cut to Harnath's throne hall.
I do have that diamond.
You do have a diamond.
Yeah. So I don't know if Evelyn has told me about the whole Simon problem. But
yeah, I will when I get. Well, I was assuming we end up back in that fireside hearth room where we all have time alone.
Yeah.
All right. Then I will wait.
Yeah.
So once I get back, I bring the bag in and I'll say, good news. I found this wonderful gentleman, Mr. Flamebane, and he says that he can fix Simon up real nice, and it's just going to cost 500 gold, which I'm sure the king will loan us. That'll be no problem at all.
I have that.
You have 500 gold?
Yeah.
To give to the Simon Rehabilitation Fund?
Wait, you want this for what?
Takes these backsies.
Strix is like pulling out the diamond as soon as Dieth is like, I have that. She's like,
Actually, even without not even thinking about it, Dieth be like, yeah, I've got that. And he'll hand you the 5 gemstones that he's been carrying. That's worth 100 GP each.
That is so kind of you. I knew that you love Simon deep down in your heart. I knew that.
Maybe we just want you to be quiet about it. And, it's like, and it'll get made and no one will complain anymore and it'll be fine.
I don't know why you would ever want me to be quiet about it. Simon is just the sweetest little boy that we ever had. And I know that everyone wants to hear about how wonderful he was. Don't you think, Paulton?
I'm just kind of looking at DF. Like,
Bards never forget.
no, I'm just like, wait, so DF is fully aware that's for... That is for...
He's hiding behind the wine glass.
Yeah, he gives it as with no hesitation, no resistance or anything. Just like, yes, take it.
I think Dieth is just really sad. Strix will yell out loud, staring.
As everyone kind of goes about their business in the room, I set Simon aside and put the stones away, and I kind of sit next to Dieth by the fire, and I'm kind of like, do you want to talk about what happened at the mountain?
Nothing to discuss. I got burned and it hurts. I'm just glad we're all back.
I mean, none of us really know what went on in there, and it seems to be really bothering you. And sometimes it can help to let the light shine in by unburdening yourself from the things that bind you.
We have a meeting to get to.
All right. I guess it's fine then, guys. Let's go.
Strix will mosey up to Evelyn and be like, maybe when you talk to people, you shouldn't mention Lathander 7 times.
I didn't mention Lathander at all. I was trying so hard. You didn't even hear me say Lathander or Morning Lord or the Light of the Morning Lord at all.
The light is the same thing.
I'm glad you know that now.
I'm gonna walk up to DF. I'm just gonna like look him down and be like, "You sure about that?"
In response to the meeting thing?
No, in response, I'm still on the Simon thing.
Oh, okay. Did I not give enough? I can give a little bit more if you need it.
I put my hand on his shoulder. Just like, he has 2 dads now. Welcome to the family.
Oh!
DF is not amused.
Yeah, silent monologue is, I've made a terrible move.
Evelyn's like, oh.
All right.
Do I need to role play like going back to Flamebane, or could I like send a dwarven messenger with the that we would trust?
Totally can do that.
Okay. I send the money and the parts with the dwarven messenger that we trust to go give it to Flamebane, and
Done.
he said he told me how long it would take. How long? 10 weeks? Is that what he said?
Yeah, he said 7 to 10 days.
7 to 10 days. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So at the end of a 10-day, you should have your little friend back.
Yay. Or at least we'd have his body remade.
Right.
We
Yes.
don't know about his soul.
Yes.
I'm just setting him up to be taken away again in the
Oh,
future.
he did not have a soul.
All right. 4 dwarven guards escort you to the king's chambers, and you have to sort of cross through Citadel Adbar. At one point, you guys are walking along a elevated arcade, which is open on one side. There's sort of like these pillared openings looking down into a thoroughfare within the Citadel, where there's a lot of dwarves bustling back and forth and other activity as well. And I'd just like everybody to make a perception check to see if you notice anything interesting on your way to the king.
Oh, yay! I got a 19.
Okay. That's good.
Oh, I didn't do great.
Oh, he sees everything.
I got 14.
I'm so aware.
Okay. And Evelyn, you rolled a...
6.
Okay.
It's such conviction.
A 6.
I did it.
Okay. Halton,
Yes.
at one point you see moving among the dwarves, and sort of obviously not a dwarf, standing much taller than them, you see a slender woman, human, possibly half elven. She's got a she wears
We haven't gotten Paulton out much lately.
she wears sort of this fabric headdress and what looks like a crown of some kind, a tall, thin-spired crown. And as she moves through the crowd, the thing that you notice about her right away is she's got a lute over her back, musical instrument. She's sort of bumping into people as she's making her way, but she seems very, very friendly and apologizes to the dwarves with curt little dwarven phrases. So she obviously knows the language and is comfortable around dwarves, and is just generally kind of moving through. But because your perception is so high, I'm going to say that even from this distance, some 40 or 50 feet away, you sense some urgency with her. Like she's moving with a purpose, and there's a sense that she does have somewhere she needs to get to quickly or get away from quickly. You can't tell.
Okay.
But you are struck by her beauty, if nothing else.
Hey.
I'm gonna... Do we know like where in the party I am? Like how we're grouped up right now?
I assume that you're probably at the back.
Okay. So we're being escorted though?
Yes.
So if I were to like veer off, it would not go unnoticed.
Probably not unnoticed, but you're not sure the escort would do anything. They'd probably just...
Meeting with the king? Fuck that.
Since there are 4 of them and 4 of you, what you think might happen is one of them would stay with you. It's like each of you has a little bodyguard / escort.
Okay, I'm not gonna like try and necessarily sneak off, but like
Okay.
I'm like walking in the back and I look, I'm just like, huh. I just kind of like in her general direction.
Okay. And at one point you can see there's sort of stairs off the arcade going down. You could probably veer off and take those if you wanted to.
Okay.
You're on a level higher than she is. And as you do, the dwarf doesn't say anything to you. He just follows you.
And we see him leave. He's like,
So
he's
yes,
like there he goes.
You sort of see him veer off Strix. Now, Strix and Diath don't see her, but they do see a gathering of what looks like Morning Lord worshippers.
Oh no! Strix says nothing. She points the other direction and is like, "Look over there. There's some dwarven architecture."
Yeah, you see what appear to be 4 humans dressed in stained white robes. Like they've obviously come from some distance away. They sort of have the look of pilgrims or something. They clearly don't belong at Citadel Adbar and they're clearly visiting, but they've allowed sort of soot and the dirt of long travels to kind of stain their white robes. But their white robes was kind of gold embroidery of a sun symbol, a rising sun on their backs or on their chests. And they are sort of clustered around each other. 2 of them you can see clearly are both women. The ones who have their backs to you look more like a large man and a small man. There's 4 of them.
And I don't see this, right?
You do not see this at all.
She's like, architecture, and I'm like, oh yeah, that is fun.
Strix keeps like looking back and like they probably see her like making a crazy face at
Actually, one of them, a woman who seems to be a middle-aged woman and kind of heavy set, will look up and see the gang of you being escorted on this higher level of the arcade, and she is sort of struck by the fact that one of you looks odd. That being you, Strix. And so she does kind of give you an evil eye stare as you make your way up, like she's not quite sure what to think, but at the same time instantly distrusting.
Oh, come on.
Because Evelyn is so short, she can't see.
Oh no! Misses it.
I'm like fully hidden behind your big robe and your crazy face.
Yeah. And the angle looking up, she doesn't see short little Evelyn at all. She only sees Strix, DF, and for a moment Paulton before he veers off. And you can see she only looks at you for a briefest of instants because she starts looking around the crowd as though looking for a missing member.
It's me.
And unless you wish to draw attention to it, you can just march on.
Well, Strix kind of feels bad. Evelyn's been a helpful person. She'll like tug on her robe and be like, how many times have I died? Your friends are down there.
My friends are right here, Strix. And I like take her little face and pat her cheeks. But then I see what she's pointing at and I say, by the light of the morning Lord! And I run up to them.
Strix also like, one gave me a mean look. Please tell them not to do that.
I instantly turn to them and say, brothers and sisters in the light of the morning Lord.
You're going to fly down to them and confront them?
As soon as I turned to go down to them, she said that they were mean to her. So I was like bright Evelyn faced running down to them. But as soon as she said that, then I'm like, going down more solemnly, like approaching, more calmly and with like regal air. But
okay, your bodyguard follows you.
Bodyguard?
You have
my dwarven bodyguard?
Your dwarven bodyguard follows you.
So I go down and I do a bow and kind of a symbol of the Morning Lord's blessing. And I say, brothers and sisters, what brings you to this castle, this citadel?
They sort of look you up and down and they see your iconography, your symbology, your presence seems to convey exactly what you are before them. When you see them up close, you can see that their symbols bear a resemblance to that of Lathander, but they're not quite the same. You saw The last time you saw a symbol so archaic in representation was back in Barovia.
Oh no!
Why?
Oh god! You actually hear Strix like from
one of the figures who had his back to you previously turns to you, and under the hood of the robe, which he casts back at this point, you see he is an old man with white wispy hair and a cane, and he's got red tinted spectacles perched on the bridge of his nose. You recognize him as Dr. Rudolph van Richten.
Ah! What? Oh god!
No!
The vampire.
Only Batman's here.
So, Dieth and Strix like back where everyone's like, ah! like both screaming and
We're
running
doing
and
the Kermit thing back there.
And that's
So
where
both of them are doing that behind
Yes.
me, and Evelyn just kind of like takes a step back, like curtsies, and is kind of like, for the first time ever, speechless.
Strix is shaking the dwarf bodyguard with her like, ah!
Okay, and that's where we'll stop for tonight.
What?
We're at that time.
Well,
All right. So our next episode is going to be sooner than you think, because some of us are gathering up here in Seattle on Friday and Saturday to participate in the Stream of Annihilation. And the kickoff game for that is going to be a dice camera action.
we in person,
First.
live.
Yay.
What's up first?
So regretfully, Nathan can't join us, but that's all right.
He's getting laid.
It's in character again.
We will.
That worked out.
And so we have that on Friday, and then we pick up again next week. But the Friday episode will be a regular episode. It will pick up exactly where this one left off.
Do we have a time to tell them? Is that
Actually,
okay?
it's kind of nice that Paulton kind of veered off because he's now on his own.
Right.
I believe they said it's pretty early in the morning for us. I believe it's like 10:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
I think it's 10:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Yeah, so pretty early this Friday, but we'll be there.
Yay!
And you guys will be bringing some accoutrement.
Yeah, we'll be dressing up.
Yeah.
Yay.
Okay.
It'll be fun.
Is there anything else that people should know about the session, or like anything?
Let's see.
Are we getting the full 2 hours?
No, it's going to be a 90-minute session. So it's going to be just slightly less than our normal running time, but 15 minutes less.
That's fine.
We will have a special guest star join us, one of the other participants in the Stream of Annihilation. Her character will be encountering the Waffle Crew. And
Who could it be?
Oh, sorry for her.
who could it be indeed?
We only got 90 minutes to kill her off, guys, but I believe us.
And
How many ones can we roll?
Yeah, it's there's a decent to moderate chance that there could be a fatality involved. We'll have to see. Things get wacky when Barovia comes looking for you.
Oh
But
no!
be sure to watch all of the stream, because aside from just the Waffle Crew, there's
Yes.
just a crap ton of stuff going on both Friday and
Yes.
Saturday from
Yes.
10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
And a lot of guests who've been on our show.
Yes.
Also there, too.
Absolutely, yes.
A lot of gameplay, a lot of interviews.
There will be lots of crossing the streams. As
Yes.
it were.
It's going to be really cool. I'm excited.
Yep.
It's gonna be awesome.
And I get to be there the whole time because I'm hosting it with Kelly
Yes.
Link. So I'm there from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. both days
Oh,
hosting the stream.
oof.
Yeah. Good thing I love D&D so much.
And my secret project will be out too. And that's another thing is on Wednesday, this upcoming Wednesday. I will be tomorrow. Yes. Tomorrow I'll be streaming the reveal of the secret project. So you can come see it. It's D&D related. So come watch the stream. It'll be here on the D&D channel as well. So
Yay. What time?
it'll be from noon until I think like 2 or 3. So it's going to be
Cool.
fun. It's going to be great. I've been working a long time on this now. So I'm glad to finally show you guys. So yay. So that's exciting.
All right. And because this is part of the Stream of Annihilation, one of the things that will be previewed in next week in this Friday's episode is the season 3 storyline.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. So
As far as Stream of Annihilation related announcements too, I'm not playing my Misclicks game today. Unfortunately, we have a last minute absence, so we're not going to play. But Misclicks D&D Risen, the new show that Misclicks is collaborating on with Wizards, is going to premiere at the Stream of Annihilation as well. And I don't know the exact time, but our brand new fresh cast is going to be there. It's going to be DM'd by Trista Ray, aka Naja Otikor, who you guys have probably heard of if you've listened to Dragon Talk or seen some of the other Misclick shows. So she's going to DM, and we have an awesome cast. So watch out for that, and that'll be on the Wizards channel coming up here soon in the summer as well. I won't play in it. I'm just a producer.
Okay. That's cool. That's very cool, though. Any other announcements?
Not really an announcement, but thanks to everyone who saw me at Fanimate and said hi, and to everyone who said that they love the Waffle Crew.
Yay!
I'm really excited. People be like, "Oh, you're Jared. I love watching Dice Camera action." And I was like, "Really?
Yay!
Dude, it's really cool."
And with this being the 50th episode, don't forget to go to the Dice Camera Action subreddit, which now has over 1,000 followers, and they've been doing some giveaways and stuff. Chris did an AMA on there if you want to go and get some insight on him. But we love seeing all the discussion on there for this episode, our characters, analysis. All of those are really cool. So thank you guys who go to that and appreciate it.
Yep.
Can we do, since it's the 50th episode, I just want to say like a super thanks to the Waffle fam, if you will, like the Waffle Crew community, the people who tune in and watch and do fan art and are on the subreddit. And it makes it so fun for us to play when you guys treat our characters as real as we treat them. And it's really cool to have Evelyn become like a real entity that is not just owned by me, it's owned by all of you guys too. And it feels amazing when you guys care about what we're doing, because like I think all of us have said, this is a bright spot in our week, and the fact that you guys like to share that with us makes it so meaningful and so valuable and such a really cool thing in our lives. So thank you so much for doing that for us, because it's not the norm necessarily in a stream like this. It's definitely something very special that I don't take for granted.
I've said it before, but I've been playing DS Woodrow in many different campaigns over like the past decade or so, but this is the most in-depth and fleshed out he's ever been. So seeing the kind of response to it is just really cool to see that everyone else likes him as much as I do.
Yeah.
Just a sneak peek, in a number of episodes to come, each of the Waffle Crew characters is going to have a major character trial ahead.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
I just had one!
That's fair.
Another request. Hey, Chris.
Yeah.
We just took out a bunch of fire giants. Can we level up?
Yes, you are all ninth level.
Level 5 spells.
Yes.
I need it.
Yes, you are all 9th level. Thank you for reminding me.
I could take like another 4th of a hit.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I got you. You.
Also, in honor of the 50th episode, I would like to run a little contest. So, the first person who tweets me at Chris Perkins DND and tells me the answer to this question, I will send you a signed copy of Storm King's Thunder.
Oh, that's
nice.
Are you guys ready?
All right.
Yeah. Are you ready?
They're all so excited.
Yeah, those suckers are on Streamlag, so I'm ready to go.
This is not an easy one, but it's a question. If you've been watching this season, you may know the answer to. And feel free, the first one to tweet me will get the prize. So there, before there was waffles, there was an owlbear that was named Hootie. And
everyone's already like Hootie. Oh.
You may recall that Holly gave Hootie a last name. What is Hootie's last name?
I almost spoiled it. I'm so glad I didn't.
We just got so excited.
And I have 3% left on my phone, so hopefully this will come from forward before it dies. But yes. And if you are the first to tweet me Hootie's last name.
Chat already knows, so it's a question of who's got the fastest Twitter fingers.
Who's the first? The first is at, wait, I want to make sure. I don't want to screw this up. Fuck, if I screw this up, I'll be so embarrassed. It is Cat at Cat Wyvern.
Cat Wyvern!
Hey.
With what's the answer?
The answer is McHootface.
Hootie McHootface!
Hootie McHootface. So Cat Wyvern, I am going to be following you presently. And if you can DM me your mailing address, I will make sure that you get a brand spanking new copy of Storm King's Thunder with signatures on it.
Yay! Congrats!
All right. And I may wait until you guys are actually in town, and so I can have at least 3 of you sign it as well.
Aw.
Oh, cool.
Excellent. All right. And on that note, we'll call this splendid 50th episode a wrap. And we'll be back on Friday for episode 51 and the following Tuesday for episode 52.
Here's to
episode,
50
guys.
more.
Yay!
Episode.
Yep.
Thanks, everyone. We'll see you all on Friday.
Bye-bye.
Have fun, guys.
See you Friday. Thank you guys so very much for watching after 50 episodes.
Yep. All right. And we're all going to be here for next Tuesday, you think? Unless, Anna, this kills you, in which case.
I might be dead.
Yeah.
No, I'll be there this coming Tuesday, but then the following is E3, so I will not.
Okay.
Yeah, the following week I will also not be good for it.
That's good to know. So we probably won't have one, not next Tuesday, but the week after.
Right.
Mhm.
Okay.
Sweet.
And this is way early, but I will not be available July 25th. So there you go.
Okay. We will also not be playing on July 4th, which is Tuesday as well.
Mhm.
Oh, right. Okay.
All right.
All
Cheers,
right.
y'all.
Bye, everybody, bye.
Cool.
Bye-bye.